I want you to become aware that there's often very unconscious drives of groupthink, of virtue signaling, of these things, and the fact that it's difficult to even do the research to really know how you feel. So a little bit more mindfulness about coming back to like, what is the value, and then what really might I do about this? And I don't want to imply that we have to suffer to better things. Sometimes just sharing an important idea. I mean, that's what we're doing with this podcast, is we're trying to share ideas that we think are valuable, and people can disagree or whatever. But like, if this is helpful, we're trying to do that. I mean, this is a very long blog post right here that we're doing. This is us trying to share an idea. But it's not trying to hurt anyone else or do anything. And I think to your point, that quick burst, we're incented to just do these quick bursts, because then we can put it down, watch our TV show, and we kind of feel like, you know what, I gave him a good one. Like, I just did my part. That's it. And the reality is like, did you? You might have put a good idea out there that's going to change the world and help things. But more often than not, I think we're putting more noise out there that we're not really connected to what it really means and what's really going on. We're talking a lot more than we're listening, right? So it was really important. Again, I'll use me too. It was really important that like I be quiet and listen for a while, instead of just getting upset and doing some post about it or sharing really loudly about my own experience or whatever. It was more important to like listen and really try to learn more about it, right, for me. So in any case.
Well, and one thing, I guess, a tip that I can offer our listeners this is what I apply when I try to use social media is not that I shouldn't post, like you said, not that you shouldn't stand for something publicly, whatever. This is the world. This is the platform. But would I feel good standing on a stage with 100 people in the room in front of me that I liked and respected, and then reading what I just wrote and feeling like, nope, I stand by that. And if so, like, absolutely post it. Mm-hmm. But if you're like, oh my gosh, no, I wouldn't say that in front of my grandma. I wouldn't say that in front of my best friend. I wouldn't say that in front of my teacher. Like, then maybe you shouldn't post it on social media, or you should think of more about kind of how you can say it in a way that you would feel comfortable, because when you lose looking at someone in the face, which is kind of where we started, at the beginning of the podcast, we were talking about how it's different. You can't look someone in the face. Like that's how you want to be conducting yourself on social media, because that keeps your values kind of more aligned. And it also, I think, gives you better credibility, because I often read things, I'm like, they would never say that. And like, but it's really easy to say that if you do it online. And
so to echo, that's awesome. And the other thing too is, are you being divisive, and are you splintering into smaller stuff, or are you making an effort to see the we space, right? Are you looking for the shared experience? Are you upping the level of your perspective to be inclusive? Are you being or are you excluding really hard? And just be mindful of that, right? Yeah. There might be a time for each, but just be mindful of that. And the more mindful we are of that, I think the conversations will get better, because conversations are one of the most important things that we have. It's without a doubt why we're the dominant species, why we're so social, so able to learn, so able to share ideas, right? Super skill of ours. And so we want to protect our conversations. We want to protect our ideation, protect our free speech, so that we can have these dialogues without it becoming noise and tribal and violent and whatever those things, like without it devolving.
Thanks for tuning into the Rob Scott Show. My name's Sarah, and I'm here with Rob Scott. He's a master level coach. And we're here to we got to start this again. Cut.